Hello and good evening, people. Welcome back to Spill the Tea Lou. As you can see, I'm a few minutes late. The reason is I have been working on the Get in the Bin membership sticker. So for all of the members, you have a new sticker to add to your collection. It is the Get in the Bin sticker. There are more coming your way, but this one I really wanted to get done. Sorry guys, let me just adjust myself. Let me make sure I'm right and ready. We're only a few minutes from kickoff. We've had here we goes all over the place. We've all sorts going on. Ben Jacobs is linking Liam Delap with a move to Nottingham Forest, who has been linked previously. Shout out to Mama Flossie getting that into the Discord. The Chelsea striker is keen on the move. And I can see Marinakis would like him. Rob, you do have it because every single member has it. So you do have it. Like you absolutely do. All the members have it. Every single member gets it. You might need to refresh your chat because I've probably done it while you were already in the live. But there you go. You found it. You found it. We have got the Get in the Bin membership sticker. I love it. We've more actually on the way, guys. We're going to have an oh dear sticker. We're going to have an oh dear sticker. I'm trying to pick the things that we say a lot in the chat because it yes, there you go. Palace has found it. Palace has found it as well. Go on, Flossie's got it in there. We love it. We love it, Al sticker. Love it. Love it. Genuinely, this is my favourite part of having memberships. Shout out to Paz. Paz, the creator, has redirected. I've actually been in Paz's chat while I was doing my stickers, while I was doing my end screens. I was over there on Paz, the creator, having a good old chinwag. He's undecided on a Watchalong, so he has raided. Shout out to Paz and shout out to the raiders. Welcome, 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 guys. If you wouldn't mind, please do smash the like button on your way in. If you don't want to stay, that's cool. But you're most welcome. Akash in the house. Raimondo in the house. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Shout out Akash. Akash got me modded on Paz's stream. I was there minding my business. Just said hi. And Akash is like, mod Lou. And Paz modded me. So shout out Akash. But yeah, you're all very welcome, guys. Great to have you here. There is hate from Paz. I don't believe that. Paz always tells you lot to behave when you come over here. I don't believe it for a second. Poor Paz. You're picking on him. Let me just make sure I am in fact ready to go, guys. I want to have my backup ready just in case we have any problems with this, but we should be up and ready to go. Fido in the chat as well. Hello to Fido. Am I getting the car based on the Chelsea lineup? Yeah, we were promised cars in Paz's chat if Chelsea drop points. Am I going to get a car? I mean, it's certainly possible, particularly given the way things have gone this weekend. I think actually at this point, every single outcome is entirely possible. What it might depend on, do you think we're having the Kevin Keegan tribute again today? Oh, that's lovely. I love that they've all done that. That's really nice. Hello to Anthony Roberts in the chat as well. Shout out to all of the fantastic new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking around and not just hitting the big X button, which is what I do when people redirect me. So I do appreciate you. Of course, we've got all of our normal teacuppers in the house as well. We're doing the Kevin Keegan clap, which is quite nice. It depends. Do you think the Chelsea squad will get a little bit of a boost by realising that they don't have to play with Liam Delap anymore? So we've had the news. Ben Jacobs put out the news not long ago. Nottingham Forest are closing in on a deal to sign Liam Delap. Chelsea striker is keen on the move. Do you think that gives the Chelsea players a bit of a boost coming into this match? It's probably a little bit mean, but you know where I'm coming from. So maybe guys, I'm probably going to be slightly behind you because obviously I'm streaming it, which means I'm slightly behind, but please try not to put any spoilers in the chat. If I see a goal, I'll say a goal. If I see a foul, I'll say a foul. All that kind of a thing. I'm waiting for the whistle though is what I'm waiting on. We've kicked off. Have we kicked off? We've kicked off, guys. We're ready to go. We're up and at 'em. Get your score predictions into the chat for me, please. What way do you think this is going to go? Hello, Wave. Andrew says, oh my God. Do I watch any MLS? Do you mean MLS as in Miles Lewis Skelly or MLS as in the player? Or as in the league? Jesus bloody Christ! João Pedro has scored! Lads, that actually has to be even quicker than the 25-second one the other day. Chelsea's gone 1-0. We're not getting cars. We're not getting cars. Anybody who was in Paz's chat there, we're not getting cars, lads. Chelsea have scored. Oh my holy moly. João Pedro is just on fire. He had an excellent pre-season. And he's definitely onside. He's definitely onside. He's a mile onside. The defender fell, the ball through, keeper in no man's land. The whole thing was a mess from start to finish. It was a very good ball. Was it Cole Palmer just knocked the ball onto him as well? That was a good wee knock on. And as was said to me yesterday, put your hand up if it was you, because I can't remember. This is to former, two of Jose Mourinho's predecessors taking each other on. Luke's had enough already. Luke has had enough already. Hader says, oh no, my Royce Phantom. 21 seconds of cash. Was that the official time? I suppose the fastest one was 25. Fastest one was 25. And now we've had 21. Oh my goodness me. Yes. Both sacked last season by Real Madrid, says Harold. Absolutely. Oh, the commentators told you a cash. I have the commentators on, but I turn them away down low because I'll be honest. See, when he's chattering away loud, I be shouting at you. So I have him on, but I don't really be listening to him. A lot of, hyper protagonist. Hello to you. Nice to see you in the chat. I see Tune Paz promised us Hellcats. Everybody saying hi. Welcome to all of the lovely people. Oh my God, are they coming again? No, it's a million miles wide. A million miles wide. Palace making use of the new Get in the Bin member sticker. I'm glad ye are enjoying it. Tom is here. Hello, Tom. I didn't see you sneak in amongst all the Raiders. We've got a corner here to Chelsea, by the way, boys and girls. Corner to Chelsea. Hello, Jamie. The thing is, guys, see when you have an early goal like that, they're not going to sit in for the next 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Now they're actually going to play the game. Huge says, I guess they must really not like to lap. They're celebrating as leaving. Oh no. Oh dearie me. Yellow card, I believe, for Oscar Bob. Brought down one of the Chelsea players in the attack. Let us have a look at this again. Oh no, sorry. Oscar Bob was the player that was brought down. My apologies. I was reading your chats and I wasn't looking at the screen. Bad watch along. Okay, so it's a yellow card for Colwell for a challenge on Oscar Bob. Wrong way around. Akash is saying that is a red. I mean, that was the suggestion from the commentators because there weren't many defenders between him and the goal. I will want to see a proper replay of that, which we will get at half-time. But certainly there's a question mark there. Fulham are horrendous, says Hader. What is this? What is this? What happens to Martinez with Villa? I don't know. Could you tell us? Tell us the tea. Spill it. Pedro's away forward again. Him and Oscar Bob are pulling at each other. I'm sure they'll be all right. Let me see. Who have we got? Who have we got in the FPL? That's a great point. Excellent point from Rob. Let's get the FPL up. Guys, if anybody would like to join the FPL, let me see if I can get you the link. FPL. Let's get in there and see. Let's get in there and see. Guys, if any of the mods have the link for the FPL, would you mind popping it in? I'm afraid if I go into it, I'm going to miss something. Paz in the house, hello, who said, heads gone, buzz and I ended the stream. You were iffy, Paz, you were not sure. You were not sure. You would have had to end the stream 21 seconds in, so probably better off that you just didn't bother. And to be fair, Chelsea look well up for it too. They really look well up for it. I mean, the early goal has probably given them a bit of a lift, but I am convinced the news of Delap to Forest has given them a bit of a boost. I think that's what they're actually all happy about, if I'm totally honest. If you had to play with Liam Delap and then you found out just before kickoff he might be leaving, I mean, let's be fair, you're going to have a bit of a bounce in your step, aren't you? You're going to be feeling quite happy about the whole scenario. Yeah, everyone telling them that it was a great decision there. I think it was. Who do I have? Who's in my FPL for this? I've only got Lacroix. Lacroix is the only player I have in this match in FPL, guys. Hello, Ultra, who says, Super Chelsea, Alonso is cooking. Ultra enjoying the show. Paz says, should have known Fulham are frauds. I mean, yeah, Chelsea should have played a big team like Hull. They would have got the job done. Thank you very much to Guess. This is the link for the Spill the Tea Castle FPL. If anybody would like to join, please do feel free. Just click that link. We'll let you in. Harold has got Oscar Bob and Sander Berge, the two Norwegian players. Fulham's keeper, Leno, there's just left a little bit on Caldwell as he was coming out to get the ball. He's enjoyed that. He's just left a little bit there. Huge says, if Delap goes to Forest, Villa won't get Jackson. Martinez, I assume, even if Watkins goes. I thought Jackson was being linked somewhere in Europe. He's been linked everywhere. Every time I look, Jackson is linked to a new club. I can't keep up with all his links. But yes, it's a fair point because they all are dominoes. If one goes over here, it stops the domino. But Villa need to get rid of Martinez. They've brought in Suzuki. They're just going to have to get rid of him. Tom says, Reece James should put me back on the top of the FPL table tonight. We will see. Well, unless Fulham do an absolute madness, they have got a hold of the ball, which feels like the first time in the game. And they're passing it around the back, which is no harm because Chelsea have been fast, they've been rapid. So Fulham getting a hold of the ball, slowing it down, stringing a few passes together won't do them any harm. Daz has got Lacroix, Palmer, Enzo. You've got three of them in there. What'd you do putting Enzo in? He was never going to play. Not with all the rumours. Lacroix, and who was your other one? Palmer. Okay, we'll see. Ball forward again for Fulham. But it's cut out there. Oh, that was loose. That was loose. Fulham have it in the box. Oh, they couldn't. King got it in, but they just couldn't. They couldn't get a shot off. But they're recycling. Bob's coming back around. King again. Corner. Corner Fulham, guys. Yes, Flossie. Isn't it good to have football back? Love it. Love it. Miss this. Miss this. I didn't miss United losing every week. I did miss this, though. This has been thoroughly enjoyable. Let's see if they can do anything with this corner. No, Keeper takes it. Sanchez has got it. I was surprised, actually. I was surprised that Sanchez... Oh, yeah, we're so back at cash. So back. What we need is a manager that doesn't destroy our players' fitness. That will help. Why are Chelsea playing in polos? I don't know, but it has to be very warm. Surely that's roasting for them. Yes, Lucky, it was put out earlier today. I believe by the Daily Mail, but I couldn't swear, I forget. It was put out. We spoke about it on the lunchtime show, that there's a possibility both Ahmad and Mount will be back for the Ipswich game. Certainly maybe on the bench. That is the news doing the rounds. Chelsea are through again. Well then, Bassi just took the ball. Bassi has been absolutely lifted out of it. That is a poor challenge. Yellow card for Chelsea. Lavia, I need to see that again. That was not a good challenge from Lavia. He's took him out. That's dangerous, lads. Sorry, that's dangerous. Look at the way he takes him out. He could have broke his leg. He's coming out of control at speed, high up. He's lucky that's only a yellow. That was dangerous. He did not look in control to me. Romeo Lavia, very, very, very lucky that's only a yellow. The first one I didn't see properly. The first one on Oscar Bob I didn't see properly. I'll check that at half time. But that one from Lavia, I would call that one in orange. It was certainly in the middle. Harold, this is excellent from Harold. Harold with the poll, right? Will Chelsea finish the match with 11 players? That's a great poll question. Love that from Harold. Players. That is not how you spell the word players, guys. I can type, swear to God. I can type. Like check from Mama Flossie. Ask yourself, have I hit the like button? If not, please do so. Who scored for Chelsea? It was Pedro. Pedro with an assist from Palmer. Pedro scored assist from Cole Palmer. Get your votes in the chat. I have to say, based on the first 12 minutes, I would reckon no. It's fairly lively. Has that gone out of play? Sanchez waited and waited and waited before he kicked the ball. He let it go out of play. Why did he do that? It's a corner to Fulham because Sanchez took too long to kick the ball. I don't know what he was thinking. Shout out to Tune. Welcome and shout out who says, used to Raya, but these keepers can't pass for doggy doo-doo. No. No, to be fair. Raya, I said this last season, Raya makes me a little nervous because every time I see him, he's on the bloody halfway line. So he makes me a little nervous, but he was very, very, very good in the Community Shield and he was decent in your opening match. But Sanchez, I'm surprised with all of the goalkeeper movement this window. So we've got, United have got a new backup goalkeeper. Newcastle got 2 new keepers. Leeds got a new keeper. Spurs are looking at Martinez temporarily. I don't know if they'll get him or not. Suzuki has obviously come into Aston Villa. There's loads and loads of keepers doing the round this summer. I'm really surprised that Chelsea have stuck with Sanchez because last season I heard a lot of Chelsea fans giving out about Sanchez, so I was surprised. I thought maybe he would get moved along. Guess says at least he's not Onana. Yeah, true. But thank you to Tune. Shout out. Brand new subscriber already getting the super chats in. We'll love that. Fulham again, just trying to keep their feet on the ball, because when Chelsea get it, they just immediately look dangerous. And obviously, the more Fulham have the ball, the less chance Chelsea have of scoring, or so Fulham hope anyway. But they need to, the tempo's very, very, very fast. And I think Fulham probably need to slow it down a little. They've cut it out there. They've got it. That was a terrible ball through. Fulham had it. King had it. Really poor ball through. So Chelsea got it back. So far on the poll, will Chelsea finish the match with 11 players? 29% of ye have said yes. 71% are saying no. Yeah, that feels the most likely at the minute. They've already had 2 close calls. Yeah, Lucky is saying it's the small things where you want to get sharper. Absolutely. Let me see what else you guys... Oh my God. Fulham are playing with fire here. They're absolutely playing with fire. We're 16 minutes in and it could definitely be more than 1. It could absolutely be more than 1-0. Achimpong here was trying to go forward, then he sent it out wide. It's with Cole Palmer, who avoids being dispossessed there. Do we think Cole Palmer could have a better season this season? I kind of always link Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, players that had a lot of potential, that were really, really highly rated, that sort of have fallen off or not been reaching the potential that people thought they had. Of the two, I feel like maybe Cole Palmer seems more likely to pull himself back together. Oh my God! Chelsea were nearly through and then the player fell over himself, but it's been picked back up by Palmer, who has been dispossessed again. Shem says if this was Spurs, it would already be 3-0. I mean, Shem, it's hard to disagree based on your performance recently. Harold says yes, and Chelsea should have 9 players on the pitch. Harold very much agreeing with Akash that both were reds. I definitely think the Lavia one. To me, it was dangerous. He was out of control. He was up high on the leg. He was like, I don't know what about it wasn't a red, if I'm honest. I would love to know what made it not a red, other than it was really early in the game. As I said, the other one I need to see where the defenders were before I decide was that last man. Because I do understand the way they do the rule, the trajectory matters and where the players are matters. So I want to see that. But Oscar Bob is the only Fulham player that's actually pressing Chelsea, closing them down. And to be fair, Bassey at the back's been doing okay. Oscar Bob and Bassey so far for Fulham have been decent. The rest need to get to that. Oh my God. It's just pinging around the box here. Palmer! Blocked. He's been blocked. Huge says, what is Fulham doing? Panicking. I believe what Fulham is doing is panicking. I don't know what else you could call it right now. I'm not entirely... They're just... I don't know. I don't actually know what they're doing. Palmer's got it in the box again. He's lost it. His feet weren't fast enough. They're going to counter-attack here, Fulham. Number 7. Lacroix was on him. They've still got it, Fulham, but that was a really good opportunity. And Lacroix did well. Oh, shot! Sanchez has to make the save. Big save from Sanchez. Corner, Fulham. I take it back. They're fighting. Love this. This is great, lads. Isn't this what we all want from football? End to end to end to end. All we need now is a few more goals and we're laughing. Huge set. Huge, I love that. I'm going to read that out after we do this corner. That's a good one. Fulham have had 3 corners so far, by the way. I don't know when they happened, but we have. That was not great from Iwobi, to be fair. It looks like one from the training ground. It was not effective. Palacios skied it. So, Huge has said, who is going to panic more? Fulham's back line or Sanchez? That might be what decides this match, you know. They were looking at a replay there for a potential handball. I don't see the handball, but I mean, Chelsea look good, says Akash. Tom is flying on the FPL. I'm not, Tom. I've only got Lacroix. I think I'm like 12th or something in this league. Let me see where I am. Yeah, I'm 12th. It's not going well. Danny's on 65 points and Tom is on 62. I've got like half that. Tut. Fulham definitely have a goal in them though. I mean, they're playing fast and loose at the back, but they've definitely got a goal in them. Is this King again? Oh! King just puts it across the goal. Brilliant ball into the box. Nobody on the end of it whatsoever. Oscar Bob's going to give it a go. No, he's not. It's back with King. Ollie says, don't worry, Tom's on the bench boost. He's cheating. I've added the cheating bit. Where are you, Ollie? You were top. What happened to you? Where did you... Oh, you're fourth. I still love that name, Jacques Potato. That was so creative. Sorry if you can hear me drinking that. I know it's rotten, but the tea needs to be drunk. Sorry. What I will say, King, he's been very good so far for Fulham. He's looked real bright. Oh, Harold, no! Oh my God, it's a goal! It's 1-1! It was King, guys! It was King! What did I say? What did I say? King's been very good so far. Well then, we are 1-1. Let me adjust my score. Go on, well done. Sorry, Kai. Apologies to Kai. He's been excellent throughout the match. Brilliant. If anybody on that pitch deserved a goal, it was King. That was brilliant. He's done very, very well there. He starts it, sends it out to Castagna, and then takes on the goal himself. You do have to ask, could Sanchez have got down a bit quicker? Most likely. But very well done. Very well done to King. He's been brilliant the whole match. He's been attacking. He's been Fulham's best player on the pitch. Fair play to him. Well done him. Right, let us end our poll there. Good job, Akash. Good job. Do you know what it is, guys? It's not to be horrible about the no spoilers. The reason for it is, if I'm watching it, right, you don't get my actual reaction. If I see it in the chat first, you don't get my natural reaction, and I'm not the type of person to sort of fake a reaction just for the show. So it's better when there's no spoilers, because then you get to see a genuine reaction rather than a fake reaction. That's essentially the reason for it. That was brilliant though. Thoroughly enjoyed that goal. Drama, says Ultra. Chelsea need a new goalkeeper for real, says Palace. Huge. I did say Sanchez is panicking. You did. Josh in the house. Hello to Josh. Ollie says, I'm doing well still. Second by a point or two if you take out the bench boost. Well, you're doing a lot better than me, put it that way. The clash of the two ex-Real Madrid managers. The men that got away. TV's back for Harold. Good. Harold says last season, Fulham got robbed. Josh King goal crazy disallowed in this fixture last season. I did not know that at all, Harold. What I do have to wonder is, has anybody else been linked to him this summer? He looks brilliant. He looks like one of those undiscovered talents that you don't know about. Do you know what I mean? He looks fantastic. Very, very, very good so far. Palace has got the vibes in the chat, as does Rob. Troon says, aye, King might need to come to North London. Leave him alone. You've enough good players. Leave some for Manchester. You've enough good ones. He does. He looks very good. Thoroughly impressed with him. Like, here's Fulham just doing triangles in Chelsea's third. Oh my God, he's got it again as King. Nearly. Good game so far, says Luke. It is, isn't it? Like, we're 26 minutes in. And it's been highly entertaining. I would actually say right now Fulham are looking the more dangerous. Oh, Oscar Bob's got it. Oh, it was blocked. Blocked and hoofed by Chelsea. Blocked and hoofed by Achimpong. Chelsea might still be shit, says Tune. I mean, to be fair, Chelsea started the game get better. And then Fulham have grown into it. I'd say they're much of a muchness at the minute. Huge says, come on, Fulham, you can win this. Poor Kai. I have to stick up for Kai, right? Kai is not going to be on the show on Thursday, lads. I know we're only back, right? We're only back doing Live at Lou and Kai. But Chelsea, I believe, are playing Luton Town on Thursday. So Kai can't be on the show because he's going to be watching Chelsea. So I have to say that, just in case they lose, Kai's not avoiding us. He texted me yesterday to say he can't come on Thursday because they're playing Luton Town. So I have to put that out there for Kai. He's not just trying to avoid us. Hello, Super JP. Welcome back to the mayhem. Ball forward again for Fulham. King has got it again. He's won a corner. King has won a corner from Lacroix. I tell you what, the transfer window's still open. Somebody just go and put in some money for him. Man United, get your wallet out. Get your wallet out. Go and buy him. I don't care if he doesn't play at left back. He's brilliant. And also, for those that say, it's only one game, I don't care. I don't care. If you can't enjoy football because it's only one game, get in the bin. The corner's been taken. They're pottering away here, our Fulham. It was one back. Who scored for Fulham? It was João Pedro that scored with an assist from Cole Palmer for Chelsea, and for Fulham it was King, number 24. He's looked sensational. They are balling, says Akash about Fulham. They're looking pretty good. Yes, Flossie, get in the bin. That's my favourite sticker now. That's my favourite sticker. So for our member stickers, we've got our Not a Cult sticker. We've got IT support, the gremlins in the system, the Kool-Aid tea, the vibes, and now we have Get in the Bin. I feel like Mohammed's going to enjoy that one. When we see Mohammed, I do feel he's going to enjoy that. Huge says Caldwell is struggling. I think Chelsea are a little taken aback. Kind of the way United were with Hull. I think Chelsea are a little taken aback by Fulham. They were not expecting this, especially after scoring 21 seconds in. Cole Palmer's down the wing there. He's got the ball in. Oh, it was wide. It was wide. You know, Pedro sends it wide. Oh my God, I thought it was going in for a minute. Cole Palmer's having a good match, you know. Attacking-wise, he's cut that out brilliantly. He's done very well there to get that ball around Iwobi. João Pedro, I mean, it was this much wide. Just. Fulham might get 100 million for King next season. The way things are going, how long's left in the transfer window? A week? 6 days? They could get 100 million for him in this window, the way things are going. There's a lot of teams need a lot of players. Wait till you see. City could be in for him by tomorrow. Buddy in the house. Hello to Buddy. Rob checking out, showing off all of the lovely membership stickers. As I said, guys, there's going to be more of those tomorrow. I'm working on them. I think for the oh dear sticker, I'm going to get a picture of a deer. Akash says, the game is so enjoyable to watch. Fulham have been caught off guard but have been the better team since. I agree. I think Chelsea started off the better. They got the early goal. They had their tails up then probably for 5 to 10 minutes. And then Fulham just slowly. Do you remember what I said? They got the ball. They slowed it down. They held possession. They pass, got themselves into a rhythm, and then they started going forward. Then they scored, and all bets are off. Love it. Oh, Tom, you did see the comments. Jenny Macman. See these people. It's only one game. You're not allowed to enjoy football. It's only one game. You're not allowed to have an opinion, even though that's literally the point. The point of fan channels is to discuss what's happening, but don't discuss what's happening because it's only one game. Like, Jeannie, can you hear yourself? Type, man. Yeah, so yes, Tom, I got slightly irritated in the comments today. If anybody wants to check it out, yesterday's short, it's the one with the purple background. I had a discussion with one of our subscribers. Tune says, when two mid teams play, it's usually a good game. I think that's very rude about Fulham. Rodgers has got it. Blocked. Another shot and the rebound is caught by Leno. Jamie's back. How am I rating Chelsea's title credentials? I mean, as it stands, not fantastically. But as it stands, Brentford could win the title. So, you know. Look, I think I've put Chelsea in my season predictions. I've put Chelsea to come second. In my predictions, I said that I feel Arsenal win the title. I'd be very shocked if they didn't. And I have Chelsea in second because I don't believe it's going to be United or Liverpool. I think City are going to fall off, and I've said that weeks and months. I don't see anyone being a close second. I do think the league is very competitive because I think all of those mid teams that normally were guaranteed points are now taking points off everybody. So I think it's actually a very competitive league. But as it stands right now, this minute, I don't see anybody that looks better than Arsenal, personally. That might change as the season goes on. As it stands, that's where I sit. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I'm not going to lie just for the sake of it. The Bees, they might be. Well, Tune, I predicted my pre-season predictions. I put Brentford in 4th. And everybody thought I was nuts. I am, but that's not the point. Thank you to Jamie, who says the channel is nice, much appreciated. Who is likely to get sent off with a second yellow, Lavia or Caldwell? Lavia seems more reckless, Caldwell seems more tired. Tired people make mistakes. So maybe Caldwell? Corner, by the way, for Chelsea. Reece James launches it into the box, headed into the ground, cleared by the defender, out for a corner on the other side for Chelsea. JP says, I still think City are the second best team. They have muscle memory of winning. I understand the theory. I certainly wouldn't argue anyone down to the ground on it. I just think when you lose the level of leadership and experience and maturity that they've lost between Silva and Rodri and Pep, I just think it's inevitable there's a drop-off. I just think that's natural. And I think they're doing some weird stuff with their midfield. I think their wings don't look fantastic. They've got Semenyo, an injured Doku, Grealish, and a young man by the name of Makedo, and that's it. They've no other wingers. In terms of defensive midfielders, they're only going to have Buadi, who's 18. I think they're doing some interesting stuff with their transfers. I think centre-back, they seem okay. Cole Palmer was pulled there by Palacios. It probably should have been a yellow for the Fulham player. It wasn't given, but it probably should have been, to be fair. But yeah, so I understand. I do completely understand your point, JP, and I don't necessarily think like you're dead wrong. I just think muscle memory can only go so far. So like Villa have lost so many important players, and everybody said to me, well, Unai Emery's such a good coach, they'll be able to make it work. Even, Unai can work some magic. And I'm like, yeah, but he can't work miracles. Even Unai, who I agree is a good coach, if you don't give him anything to work with, he right now has 3 centre-backs and 2 wingers. One of them is Garnacho, and one of them is a young man, 18 years of age from Brazil. They do currently still have the wee chap Leon Bailey, but he's linked to Ajax. They're almost definitely going to lose Ollie Watkins, so no matter how good Unai Emery is, they're going to fall off. The same with City. No matter how good they are, and they will have some muscle memory, they're going to drop off. I will be very, very surprised if they don't. But I don't think anything's a dead cert. What was my prediction for this game? Well, you've caught me out because I didn't give one. Everybody else gave one. I asked everybody else for a prediction and I didn't actually give my own. And it seems a little unfair to give one now. So I think in the mind frame I was in before the match, I probably would have predicted maybe 2-1 to Chelsea. I probably would have predicted Chelsea to win, but Fulham to give them a difficult game. That's probably where I would have been at before the match kicked off. Now I think Chelsea are there for the taking. Now I think anything could happen. Thank you guys for getting so involved in the chat. It's great to see because, obviously the match is really enjoyable and King has got it again, which is just brilliant. But it's lovely to have the interaction. More teacups in the chat is wonderful. Chelsea are having to do a lot of defending so far in this match. JP says, I went Chelsea 2-1, but I would love to see Fulham win. I think there's a lot of people who probably would have said, look, unsure, maybe one slightly towards Chelsea, but prefer a Fulham win. That's probably a lot of people felt that way, I think. Fulham were a bit of an unknown quantity. I know Alonso obviously is a new manager for Chelsea, but I feel like sometimes your name carries you a little bit. Fulham is one of those teams a lot of us don't know much about in the first place. They've then got a new manager that we don't know too much about in the Premier League, and you put it together and it's very hard to predict. But I think Oscar Bob was very, very good in the World Cup. He's just given away a foul there, though. João Pedro is on the ground, but I'm sure he'll be fine. But yeah, so I think Fulham's a hard one to predict because they're sort of an unknown quantity anyway, with an unknown quantity of a manager in terms of him being in the Premier League. So they could do anything this season and you won't know, but they certainly look fit and ready, which is more than some of the other teams we've seen this weekend. They look up for it, they look athletic, they look fast, they look ready for the start of the season. I'm sick of hearing, even about my own team, oh, they're not ready. Why are you not ready? It's your job to be ready. If you're not, that's a you problem. Get ready. Do you know? Lacroix. Oh, it's a goal for Chelsea. It is a goal for Chelsea. Morgan Rogers, 2-1 to Chelsea. And actually, it came from Lacroix. Lacroix did a lot of the work there. Has anybody ever told him he's a defender? I need to see the replay again. I think there'll be more goals. Fulham can score more goals. There's Palmer. Lacroix does brilliantly. Brilliant footwork from Lacroix. So Palmer does well. Lacroix does brilliantly. Really good footwork to get the ball in. And obviously Rogers slots it home. Rogers was a no man. Look at all the space he has. Look at all the space. Why is nobody marking Rogers? You do have to wonder, why is nobody marking Morgan Rogers? That feels like a slight oversight. James Mack says, have Fulham played well? I had them for relegation, thought this could have been a silly score. No, they've played very, very well. There's actually been large spells where they've been the better team. They've been very, very good. We were actually talking about maybe them going ahead. So no, I think Fulham look well organised. They've played well with a lot of energy. And I think they're definitely capable of equalising. Yeah, really good teamwork by Chelsea, says Palace. It was a good team goal. Everybody involved did well. And Hughes says the keeper shouldn't have come out. Leno shouldn't have come out. It didn't make any sense. Well, and it left his players stuck. But there was nobody... Well, to be fair, actually, probably the player supposed to mark Morgan Rogers was probably one of the players in the net, to be fair. So, yeah, that's probably a fair point. Probably a fair point. Akash says it's harsh on Fulham, the scoreline. It is. The scoreline is harsh on Fulham. Jamie, enjoying the stream. That's good to hear. That's what I want to hear. James, in terms of relegation, I have Sunderland to be relegated. I think they go back down. I think they were heavily reliant on Xhaka last season. And I think if anything happens him, they're done. Fulham player on the ground. Referee is playing on. He's back up. He's all right. Chelsea are coming forward again, though. Hello, Sam. Sam is loving this apart from Sanchez. I mean, that's fair. It's the best yous have looked in a long time, Sam. Yous have looked really good, although I do think Lavia probably should have been sent off. But everybody in the chat will have subscribed, guess, because you can't type. You can't type unless you're a teacup. But maybe some people are watching. They're unsure and they haven't hit the button. Palace says, yes, Chelsea needs a reliable goalkeeper. Big up to Mickey in the chat. Ball forward there from Malo Gusto. But, it was defended and then lost again. Cole Palmer with a shot. Wide. Thank you, Mickey. Yes, we've smashed 1,000. Between Footy Judge Mo and Paz the Creator, they sent across some of their lovely subscribers who have joined Teacup Castle now as well. James says, I didn't think Sunderland would be in trouble until I saw them at the weekend. No, they were my first pick to go back down. As long as Leeds stay up, you don't mind. You're the same as All Boxed Up. All Boxed Up is Leeds. So, I think yous will do all right. Yous have had an all right window. Yous haven't lost too much. Yous have strengthened a little bit in some of the areas you needed. And I think Farke is a very good coach. I think you might gain another one or two. Mickey says the Chelsea front three looks mad dangerous. Well, Cole Palmer looks very good in this match. And João Pedro looks dangerous. And Morgan Rogers looks dangerous. I agree. Ultra says Morgan Rogers was a good signing. He was. That he was. They're working well together though, which I think is the point. 2 minutes added time in the first half, guys. That was a very fast half. Really, really fast. Sam is trusting in Alonso. You're right, though. Things do take time. Under any new manager, new system, it takes time. I think both teams have looked good in this first half, though. Like, both teams have given a good account of themselves. That second goal that Chelsea got was a little bit silly by Fulham. But overall, both teams have done well. Mickey, King has looked fantastic. Absolutely brilliant so far. He's certainly put a spotlight on himself. Fulham have possession back now. Just like that, what they did the first time. Get the ball back, string a few passes together, slow things down, get back into a rhythm. This is what they did before they scored the first goal. They've got a hold off the ball and they're trying to just keep their foot on it. Stop Chelsea, attack, because it was wave after wave with Chelsea. And they needed to stem that to be able to then go again. Ball forward. But it's actually with Rodgers. I mean, that's a foul, to be fair. It is a foul. We've got to half time, guys. Let me just pause the timer. Hold on, let's see. Let me get to the timer. Right, and then let me shut these up. Raimondo says Colwell must have been sent off, not gonna lie. I mean, to be fair, haven't seen him since the challenge, so feels a little bit that way. Kai in the house. Hello to Kai. Kai, I stuck up for you. When it was 1-1, I told the people that you can't make it on Thursday and it's nothing to do with whether you win or lose this game. I stuck up for you, so I did. Let me see. Sam says yes, Lavia could have gone, to be honest, and Caldwell is on dodgy ground. I personally think Lavia should be off. The other one I want to see back before I make a final decision, but definitely Lavia I thought was reckless. I thought he was out of control. It was dangerous. But it's been a very, very good game. Very entertaining by both sides. Decent game, says Kai. Have a few moans, but I'm pretty happy, to be honest. And that's it. Look, there's always going to be things that can be improved, but I think overall you have looked very good. I think also Fulham have looked very good. I think it's been a very, very good game. The final boss says, you see Sanchez, don't get me started. Guys, Chelsea people, so Kai and Sam, final boss, tell me, why have you not replaced Sanchez? I don't fully understand it. Genuinely. W17 says, the Premier League is really tough this season. If clubs from 10 to 17 are signing players worth 40 to 50 million, even Fulham has a great team. 100%. People underestimate these teams because they're snobby. People are snobby. And they're like, oh, it's not a big team. I don't care. They're irrelevant. Yeah, until they're beating your team. They're irrelevant until they're relevant, people. We need to be looking at what they're doing. They're signing good players. They're not spending big money. They're scouting well. They're forming actual togetherness on the pitch, relationships. They're doing good work. And we have to just stop being snobby. Akash says they've got Mike Penders, and the final boss says they don't want to block Penders' pathway. Fair. Sam says even Stevie Wonder can see that we need a goalkeeper. Didn't want to say it. Don't want to be rude. Guys, bear with me. I'm checking out for 2 minutes. I'm going to leave you in control of Teacup Castle. Please don't break anything. I'll be back to you in 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes, I'll be back. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes it's only a wee room, that's because it's just a spare room in the house. And sometimes it gets a wee bit overheated when I'm doing the watch-alongs, and I need to go out because I struggle a little bit with my breathing because the air gets quite stale in the room. So I needed to just nip out and get like a wee bit of fresh air so I could breathe. Nothing important. I just need to be able to breathe. Let me see what you guys have been saying. Have you been behaving? Is Teacup Castle still safe and well? Have you wrecked the gaff? Shem ready to steal my chair. You have to watch out for that Shem guy, so you do. Gonna steal my chair, bring it down to the trolls. Can't trust him. Let me see. What else have you guys been saying? Kai has been saying, Rodgers looking good, took him a bit of time to get into the game, but scoring has helped with a bit of confidence. Palmer, on the other hand, on it from the start. Yes, I agree. Cole Palmer's looked very, very good in this match. He's looked really good, and I agree with you. From the start, he's looked very, very good. He could be in for a good season. It's probably the brightest I've seen Cole Palmer in maybe 2 seasons. Not just last season, even the season before. I think he looks pretty good this season so far. All one game of it. But I do think, I know people say, it's only one game, etc. But you do get an idea how a player starts the season. Like if he come out and he looked sort of like last season, you'd be holding back. But he looks drastically better in himself. Kai also says, Penders is the number 1. We're just giving Sanchez some goodbye games. Everybody went on their tea break, got an old cup of chai. What else are you guys saying? Daffio says, not gonna lie, it's looking great, Lou. It is looking great. What did you tell me yesterday? Calm down. No, be crazy. Be deluded. Get wrapped up in it, right? We're fans. We're not pundits. We're not professionals. We're supposed to get all caught up in the emotions of it. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? See if I look a bit silly later on in the season. Do you want to know how much sleep I'm going to lose? This much. Because I'm not an analyst. I'm not a professional pundit. I'm just a fan sitting in the box room of my house. If I want to be a little bit over the top and delulu, if I want to not catch myself on, I don't care. I'm going to just say it. Do you know what I mean? Just lean into it. Lean into the delulu. I don't care. Sam says, Josh Achampong, we can't let him go. He is a top centre-back up and coming. No, Akash, I don't lie to myself. I lean into the delulu. I don't just lie to myself, though. I do unfortunately think Arsenal are going to win the league. I can hope you don't. But as it stands, and I've kind of said that throughout the summer, short of any, I thought actually before the transfer window opened, I thought your biggest contenders were actually going to be Liverpool. Because I really, really, really rate Areola. I think he's a very good manager. I think he's a really, really good manager. I think he plays like really exciting football. He's very forward moving. He knows how to get more from less. He knows how to adapt with players. So like he lost so many really good players at Bournemouth and he just adapted and improved. So I think, if Liverpool had had any way of a decent transfer window and actually give him something to work with, I think they could have been a real genuine threat to Arsenal, but they didn't. I think they've absolutely, I think they've made a mess of it. Absolute mess of it. And yes, that is the link to Kai's channel, guys. Kai is a Chelsea fan. He does a prediction show with me every single week, but he also kind of goes into the technical side of the game, the sort of breakdown and tactical stuff. I'm very much a vibe person. I watch it, I see how I feel. It's a vibe sort of a thing. Kai is very much like facts, information, legitimate opinions. I'm more vibes. So if you like the tactical breakdown stuff, Kai is the place to be. He's very good. Let me see, what else are you saying? Hyper says Miles Lewis Skelly's price might go up if they win another title. Absolutely, but apparently he's not going anywhere. Akash says, we are winning it. I didn't expect to play the way we are playing, and Zolis is a gem. Our scout did a great job. Can I just say, right, for those teacups that are new... Oh, my fan's not plugged in. Bear with me a moment. Bear with me. You can't get good help these days. My fan's not plugged in because my phone charger is. I need to get an extension lead. I have an extension lead, but it's in the computer. But for anybody who's kind of new to Teacup Castle and obviously didn't catch our summer streams, and we're obviously winding down the transfer window now, all of these kind of new up-and-coming players from Europe that people didn't really know about and were like, oh no, spend all your money on Premier League proven Elliot Anderson. We looked at a lot of these players before they came into the clubs. We went through their stats. We were on FOTMob. We were on Transfer Market. As much as you can possibly look at without the eye test. And we said, when you were linked to Zolis, before you'd even signed him, we said his numbers were sensational. He had a struggle and then he moved teams. And after he moved teams, it seemed to just like unlock something in him. And then his numbers for the last 2 seasons were like unbelievable. Both G and A. Very, very, very good. The same with Zadok Johanna, that Brighton have signed. The same with Manzambi, who Newcastle were looking at, and Villa ended up signing. The same with Munoz, who Liverpool ended up signing. The same as Alaji Bamba, the same as Sean Sturr, the same as all of these players. We went and we looked at them. And I just think sometimes people are too lazy to go looking. I think sometimes people are too lazy to go looking. And so what they do is they form an opinion based on what everyone else thinks, instead of just looking at themselves, or instead of saying, I don't know, I'm just going to wait and see. So he looked on paper to be very, very good. He looked on paper to have something unlocked in him, kind of maybe 2 seasons ago. And I think Arsenal have done a great deal. I don't think Arsenal are the only team to have done a really good type of a deal like that. They seem to be the only one getting credit for it at the minute, but I think that will change. But I think he looks a very good player. And I think he's a perfect example that you don't have to spend an absolute fortune to get a good player. You don't have to go for the superstar. Yes, Wissa does. Wissa absolutely does look like a new player. I have to hold my hands up. He's one I got wrong. I said Newcastle should just sell him. Just get rid of him. Get him gone. I just sold him. He'd have been gone before the season was over. I just sold him in January. But obviously he did come back from quite a serious injury. Obviously we know Eddie Howe wasn't getting the best out of the players that were there at the time. Wissa had a very good World Cup, and he's now come back and started the season sensationally. He does. He looks like an absolutely new player. 100% agree. Daffios getting himself ready for the second half. He's saying vamos, he's ready. Shout out Marty, we have all the celebrities in our chat today. Paz the creator in here earlier. Marty in here now. Shout out to Marty, thank you for joining and to subscribing. Much appreciated. Poor Marty. I was chatting to him the other day. Was it MHF, Marty? I spotted you the other day. And God love him, he's been getting his United content from Touchline and Ahmed. And I told him he was in the wrong place. He needed to get himself over to Teacup Castle. And he did. He's come across to have a little look, see what's going on. What you will find, Marty, is we're a little bit more chilled in this dark little corner of YouTube, we're a little bit more chilled, a little bit less insane, I think is probably the best way I can put it. I can say that. He's gone now, Akash. He won't know. If he was here, I wouldn't say it. It'd make his head big, but he's definitely gone already, so it doesn't matter. He won't know if you don't tell him. No problem, okay. Catch you later. We are about to kick off, guys. Well, I'm about to kick off. You're probably a little ahead of me. Just please do remember not to put the spoilers in the chat. If I see a goal, I will tell you. If I haven't told you, it's because I've not seen it yet, so please don't ruin it for me, okay? We've got it going. Akash likes touchline. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Touchline's not a bad chap. I was on a stream with Ahmed, me, Touchline. Well, actually, it was Mo's stream and he had Ahmed and Touchline on, and I text Mo and I was like, get me on this stream. I'm not listening to this. And we had a good old chat, so we did. But actually, I was talking to the lads backstage. They're two lovely lads. They've just got incredibly different opinions than me on where United are at right now. It's just a difference of opinion. But they're nice chaps, so they are. Paz's chaos, says Hyper Protagonist. We don't mind a bit of chaos. Do you know what it is, lads? I don't mind a wee bit of chaos. I don't mind a wee bit of a laugh and a joke and a bit of crack. What I mind is people who say things they don't mean for a reaction. What I don't like is people sort of just being a wee bit rude and nasty, and then when they're called out being like, oh, it's just banter. No, it's not. You're just being a horrible individual, like, so don't blame it on banter. If you're going to be horrible, at least bloody own it, you absolute, like, anyway, things that I can't say on YouTube. But what I don't like is rage bait and nastiness disguised as, oh, I was just joking. No, get in the bin. Get in the bin. I don't have patience for people like that. But a little bit of good-natured fun is good. And I think Paz... I've been watching Paz on his own channel, and I think he's very good-natured. I think some of the other creators he collabs with bring out the worst in him. He gets a little more chaotic when he's surrounded by the chaos. Marty says, you have got to let the agenda go sometimes too. I agree. I think sometimes people are afraid to say they're wrong on the internet because people go, oh my God, you were wrong, you're an idiot. Like, no, I'm just a human being. People be wrong sometimes. Like, get over it. What I also don't like though, Marty, the other side of that is not every opinion is an agenda. Sometimes people presume things are an agenda when they don't like the opinion. Sometimes people have all the same information and they just come to different opinions. Sometimes it's not an agenda. Do you know? And I think on the internet sometimes it's hard to tell the difference these days. Oh my goodness, Cole Palmer with a shot there. I think surely that's a corner. It's been given as a goal kick. It looked like a corner to me, but these are not for decoration, so we'll find out on the replay. I mean, there was a bit of pulling going on, but probably not quite enough. To me, that definitely took a deflection. That should be a corner for Chelsea, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. It was very close. You are back, Tom. That was very fast. You were like lightning. Speedy Gonzalez. No, Hyper. That one's okay. We all know the match is going to end eventually. João Pedro's got a hair going forward. He's laid it off. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Cole Palmer. That was very well done. Very well worked. Unfortunately, very well worked. Akash has seen enough. He's turning it off. Don't do that. You never know. Fulham might have a miracle. I have to adjust my score. Hold on, I adjust the score before I miss the replay. It was a very good goal. Sam is delighted. Sam is happy out. Very, very good. I'm watching the replay here. It was very well done, by João Pedro. The run, the hold up, the ball out to Palmer, and then Palmer finishes it incredibly well. But João Pedro did very, very well on the build-up, and he just slots it in. I think Cole Palmer is going to be in for a good season, guys. I think Cole Palmer is in for a good season, which is not good for the rest of us. Yes, Marty, I agree. Fulham had a very, very good first half. There was a large spell in the middle of the first half where Fulham looked like the better team. We thought at points it was going to go Fulham 2-1 before the second Chelsea goal, but Palmer looks back at the races. Luke says Palmer looks like a new man. He does, unfortunately. Jeannie Mac, they're coming again! Defended. It was defended. That was nearly 4, right? This could start to be a problem, guys. This could start to be an issue. Fulham are going to try and go forward, but they really need to keep a hold of the ball. They need to just take a breath. Don't lose your minds. They did very well in the first half. Mickey says, these look too good. It's painful. Yes, Marty. Jeannie Mac. Jeannie Mac. You're all right, Palace. Just remember, I'll say it first. When I've seen it, I'll say it. When I've seen it, I'll say it. So if I haven't said it, I've not seen it yet. Hato on the ground. I want to see this again. I don't think that's worse than what Lavia did. I mean, Castagna's come in. He's got all of the ball. I don't see a problem with that. I don't really see an issue, if I'm honest. L Hate Watch says Tune. We'll be back next week. Well, that's the good thing about it only being the first week. There's so many more opportunities to see your rivals lose. There's always next week. Yeah, that's what I think, Huge. The more I look at it, I don't even think it was a foul. He got the ball. He got all of the ball. Didn't really see an issue. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep up with your chats and tell you what's happening in the match. And sometimes I get quite engrossed in your chats and I get distracted. Apologies. But look, I still think Fulham, based on what we saw in the first half, are perfectly capable of getting another goal. They need to not lose their heads. But they're absolutely capable at getting another goal. For sure. Akash says the refs shit like Sanchez. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. But yeah, no, they were definitely good in the first half. They just need to pull it back out. Akash couldn't cope. The TV's back on. Do you know what it is? I'm one of those. I just can't turn it off, even when it's really bad. It's a goal for Fulham! It's 3-2, lads! It's 3-2! Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Sam. We're still friends, Sam. Well done. Gonzalo Garcia. Guys, ask me the lotto numbers. Ask me the lotto numbers. I can do it. That's very well done. And to be fair, Sanchez makes the initial save. And then the header. Gonzalo Garcia just got himself in exactly the position. In exactly the right position. 3-2, lads. I need to update the score. Hold on. We need to update the score. Give Fulham their goal. Game on now. Branilus says that was awful from Sanchez. To be fair, he saved it. He did save it. Mickey, there we go, right on cue. I'm like magic. Sam says we wouldn't be Chelsea without making it hard work. Fulham are coming again. They're going down the left. Ball into the box across the other side. It's out to Oscar Bob on the right. He's got around his man. Oscar Bob, he's coming. Right. They're cycling it. The ball's come in. It's with Sanchez. He's caught it. He's caught it. Sam would like to see Penders on the pitch instead of Sanchez. Please. Cash says, my word, they need a goalkeeper. Yes, Marty. See, you've been watching the wrong United channels. I wish I could do it like that all the time. That'd be great. That would be really impressive if I could do that more. I don't know who's going to score next, to be fair. I'm going to do one and done. I got one right. I don't need another one. If you gotta sleep, guess you gotta sleep. I'm sure they'll all behave. Isn't that right, people? Teacups are on their best behaviour. Hyper says, looks like that miracle Lou was talking about might come to pass. Corner kick to Fulham, by the way, people. Corner kick to Fulham. Lads. Sorry, Sam. I really like Sam a lot. But this is brilliant. 3-2. Love it. Not bad. Not bad for a Monday game. Sanchez has caught the ball from the corner. He's done it. He's caught the ball. Marty says, Chelsea are still fragile. They look drastically better. But yes, look, it's still a work in progress, to be fair. Marty says they're going to have to win 5-4. Marty's gone out there. This is going to be a 9-goal screamer. "25 shots between them. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Sam says, it's a great goal. It's a great game for the neutral, Lou. It's given me kittens, though. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that. You're emotionally invested. I just want the chaos. I just want all the goals. Sleep well, guess. I think it's anybody's game right now. Huge says, crazy that every Prem team this weekend looked fitter than us. Well, it would be crazy, Huge, if I hadn't called it in February. It'd be really crazy if in February I hadn't done a video saying that one of the reasons I didn't want to keep Carrick as the permanent manager was because we were fitter, or we were losing fitness under him. Chelsea took too long to take the throw. It has then been awarded to Fulham. They took too long, new rule. Therefore, the throw was given to Fulham instead. Palace says, as a neutral, I want a game with lots of goals. Free kick Fulham. Sam says Chelsea need to make a change. You're probably right. Because what will happen is your players will start to get frustrated. Sam says, will Enzo come on? Well, he gave them all a little wave. And the deadline is passed. So, I mean, he's your player for the season. ESR for the winner. Maybe he's got to come on. Who's ESR? Akash. My brain's not braining. Who is ESR? Sorry. I know you're trying not to have to type it out. It's obviously a long name, but you're going to have to give it to me. Spell it out for me, friend. But yeah, we actually have genuinely looked like the least... Oh, Emile Smith-Rowe. Duh. Thank you. Thank you to Marty. Do you know sometimes your brain just isn't braining? I'm like, ESR. That sounds like some sort of emergency code. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. It's late. Do you know what I'm actually starting to think about? I know we have a half an hour left to go. I'm having a kebab after this. Thinking about my kebab. Nothing else matters. Fulham. Oscar Bob, he's been cut out. They've still got possession, but Oscar Bob's had it cut out. Gooner slang. Makes sense, I wouldn't know that. Quite pleased I didn't know that now. Thanks, Marty. I feel better now. Most of them I know. Like, I know DCL. Do you know what I mean? And obviously I know MLS. But no, that one. Emile Smith-Rowe, that one threw me. Sam reckons Enzo still goes. They're showing Henderson on the screen there. Chelsea are on the attack here. It's been cut out, but not convincingly. Chelsea still have possession. Do you know who we've not seen in this half, who was very good in the first half? We haven't seen much of King. King was like driving it for Fulham in the first half. We've not seen a lot of him in the second half. He is still on the pitch because I can see him. Pedro with a shot, but it's into the crowd. Yes, kebabs are good stuff, Marty. Kebabs are good stuff. I try and be good. Most of the week, I try and cook. But some days, I just can't be bothered. Some days just feel like a kebab day. Monday night football, followed by a kebab. I mean, who wouldn't love that? It's the way to go. Enzo is warming up. I mean, there's a number of Chelsea players warming up. Enzo Fernandez is one of them. With Leno. The ball is with Leno. Ultra says, true, Lou. I don't know what it was, but I always tell the truth. Like a beacon of truth, so I am. Domino's or Pizza Hut? I like Domino's because I like the tandoori chicken, and you can't get that anywhere else. However, I do also like Pizza Hut because I like their Cajun chicken, and you can get good deals over here in the Pizza Hut. Domino's is expensive. You guys, yous don't have the supermarket done stores, don't you not? Yeah, I agree, Huge. The ref has given a lot of soft fouls for Chelsea. Given what the Chelsea players got away with in the first half, I mean, that was not a foul. I wouldn't have considered that a foul, personally. It's been given against Palacios, but I personally would not, or was it on... Oh, Enzo's coming. Enzo Fernandez is coming onto the pitch along with somebody else who I can't see right now. Fulham are going to make a sub as well. Oh, Luke, you do. So Dunn Stores, at their deli counter, they make Duns, or they make pizzas. And here you can get 2 pizzas for €12. And they're massive and they fill them and they're lovely. The boos. Lavia is coming off. The boos. That's loud. The boos for Enzo. That is loud, loud. They were louder than the boos for Isak. Chavaria, the new player, he's come on as well. Reece James trying to pump up Enzo Fernandez. Guys, that's toxic. Not the fans. I mean, I told you that was going to be toxic, keeping him. It's toxic. I mean, I think over time, eventually it would wear off for most people. He's getting booed every time he touches the ball. Every time he touches the ball, he's getting booed. Loud. Loud boos. Lavia and Hato off, by the way. I mean, that looked like a foul on Achimpong and it wasn't given, considering the other ones that have been, but they're attacking. I'm pretty sure Reece James told Enzo to score and that the crowd will get off his back. That's what it looked like. I'm observing. It's a guess. I think he told Enzo, if you score, they're going to get off your back. He was pumping him up and it looked like maybe to score, I think. Are Chelsea now going to just keep trying to get Enzo the ball to help him score? Oscar Bob is coming off. Shea Charles has come on. There was a lot of fuss about him in the summer. It took Fulham a while to get him over the line. He's now on the pitch. Yes, Pep Chavaria. I'll be honest, Akash, I don't think that's why they're booing him. I really don't think that's why they're booing him. I think they're booing him because he wants to leave. I mean, some of them maybe, but I think they're booing him because he wants to leave. Luke, it's not common over there. Well, it's obviously from here, so here they're everywhere. It's like Tesco. Do you know, they're everywhere. But they do really good pizzas. So if I want a pizza, I'll often go to Dunn's, 2 for $12. And they're massive. They're like 12-inch. And like whatever fillings you want. So they're really good. There's a bit of tussling going on. It's getting a bit physical. But yeah, look, he more or less come out and said, I want to go to Real Madrid. I don't want to stay at Chelsea. And then he didn't get that move because they publicly pied him. Then obviously there was the World Cup and the whole Argentina team kind of lost some... No. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, I don't mean... That's my turn of phrase. Right, Akash, sorry. Let me correct myself. So, Akash has said it's because I said it's wild. No, so here, there's 2 different ways. So, I don't mean wild as in it's crazy that they're booing him. I mean it's wild because it's loud. Like, it's wild loud. It's like it's wild boos. Not wild as in, like, it's crazy that they're booing him. Sorry, that is just the turn of phrase. Here... Same phrases, but used slightly differently. So, no, it was just the way I phrased it. I totally understand that they're booing him for, like, legitimate reasons. Marty said, a Chelsea friend told me it's the Fulham fans booing. I mean, they might be joining in because of the World Cup stuff, like Argentina, England, and then the comments he made about how he loves English people and, like, his staff are English. Don't think that went down well with a lot of people. So the Fulham fans probably are joining in. I do think there's some Chelsea fans doing it as well. I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah, and that's it. Akash is saying the same. So it's not just, to be fair, it's not just the Chelsea fans booing him, which is probably why it's so loud, because it's coming from both factions. I do think the comments The comments that he made post World Cup were just really ill-advised. I don't know what made him think, oh yes, I love English people. They serve me in my home. I don't know what made him think that was a good plan. Like, Romero has left, and Martinez hasn't played for us. So, yeah. With Enzo, I think it's a bit of a perfect storm in the worst way for him. I think it's Chelsea and some of the Fulham fans. I think it's a bit of both. Did he Akash? I didn't hear boos from. I didn't hear boos from Martinez. Now, maybe there was, but I didn't hear them. To be fair, I said I would have, I said I wanted to sell Lissandro before the summer. So, and I'm not English. Yeah, I don't know why he said that, Tom. He thought it was a good idea. He thought it was like, I don't know what he thought. He should have thought about it a little bit more. Ask somebody else. I don't know. He clearly thought it was a good idea. I just don't think it was a good plan. But look, I do think, to be fair, if he starts scoring, if he starts doing well, as it gets closer to sort of Christmas time, I do think the Chelsea fans will die down. There'll be some that'll be hardcore about it, but I think it will overall start to die down. Mickey says United should go all out for Lewis Hall. I don't, Mickey, and I've been saying it all summer long. Lewis Hall is not leaving Newcastle, and I do not want my club to waste time trying to sign a player that's not going to come, drastically overpay when there are other good left backs out there in the world. Go and scout them. Don't be a lazy sod, and I don't mean you, but don't be a lazy sod just grabbing the nearest one you can find, who is talented, but he doesn't want to leave where he's at. His family support the club. He's happy there. He's developing there. Newcastle are at the start of a very exciting project with Yessel. I think they're going to have a good season. I have them in the top 10. King is coming! Oh, it was this far wide. I said he's been quiet this half, and now look at him. This far. Just ever so slightly. He was just straight past Lacroix, no problem. I would rather, and now, obviously I'm not a scout, but out of the options, I would rather take David Raum. Out of the players we've been linked to, I think he's more experienced. I think he has a mature head on his shoulders. I think the international stage for Germany will provide him with a lot of things that maybe Lewis Hall doesn't have yet. I think he's got about 5 years left in him. Sessegnon and Kevin on for Fulham, by the way. Sessegnon and Kevin, both on for Fulham. It doesn't necessarily have to be Raum either, but I just don't see the point in chasing a player, spending a fortune when his heart, I think, lies with Newcastle. I think Raum might be the unpopular, less glamorous, more sensible choice. I rate Lewis Hall. I think he's a very good player. I do not think he's what Man United need right now in this moment. We've got a lot of young players in. We need more experience. So I would take Raum. Yeah, it is looking like Balde at the minute. I think Raum is a better idea than Balde. I think dealing with Barcelona is always a terrible idea, especially for Man United. When we deal with Barcelona, we never, ever, ever come off it the better. Ever. So I just think nothing to do with Balde. I just think we should avoid him because of Barcelona. Yeah, King did well, but no cigars, says Marty. That was about it. That's about exactly where it is. Rob says he doesn't think Enzo thought out his comments. No, I don't think he thought about it. Maybe that's what's wrong. He just didn't think. Maybe that's exactly what went wrong. I want to see, are Fulham going to get another one? Maybe I'm not watching them closely enough. I'm not giving them enough attention. Maybe if I give them some attention, they're going to score again. King has been brought down. Reece James getting a yellow. What is he doing, Reece James? Goodness me. Reece James gets a yellow, runs up to King and starts doing this in his face. He's pulled him. Is he having a laugh? He's grabbed him, dragged him to the ground, and then run up to the player after he's got a yellow card for being an idiot and started dissing his face. No harm. You stuck your finger in my face like that, I'd break it. And that'd be the end of it. Yes, Sam, exactly. What is he moaning about? Get yourself together, man. Gusto off, by the way. Gusto off. Neto on. Yellow card for Iwobi for diving. I want to see a replay, but there's not a lot of argument from Iwobi, so I think maybe it was. Or is it Bassi? My commentators have said Iwobi, but it's not Iwobi, it's Bassi, and it's an absolute dive. Well done to the referee, it was a dive. Not well done to the commentators who shouted Iwobi in my ears when it's Bassi. Oh, Tom. Tom says, you did at the start of the stream. Tom said that Reece James should put you back on top of the FPL. Kiss of death. Kiss of death. And yes, Palace. Really good eye by the referee there. Really good eye by the referee. It was a dive and it was a correct yellow card there. Akash says James was shameless. Akash says Shea Charles and Alex Iwobi double pivot. The game's gone. Apparently not. Apparently anything can happen. Robinson should have scored. We should be 3-3. Guys, we should be 3-3. It's a brilliant ball. And it's a brilliant run. And he just... I mean, look, it's in the air. He's not looking properly. It's hard. It's hard, right? But that could have been 3-3. Could have been 3-3. Should be 3-3, says Huge. Yes, and look, I do want to be fair. That will have been very difficult. But come on. Palace says Chelsea are given space at the back. It was a very good pick out. Very good pick out. Rob is stuck in 17th. I don't know if Shem's here to see your joke. Yeah, and Akash says, look, it's his weaker foot. It was coming from behind him. It was in the air. Look, it was difficult. It was difficult. We'll not hammer him. You'd like to think he would get it, but it was a difficult chance. Yes, Sam, Fulham look good overall. I think you guys look a lot better than last season, to be fair. Huge is having none of it. Huge says it's practically an open goal if you lob him. He's having none of this feeling sorry for him nonsense. He should have scored. Love it. Love it. No rest for Huge. I mean, there's 11 minutes left plus added time. How much added time do we think we're going to get? 3 minutes, maybe? There's been a few subs. Chelsea were on the attack there, but there was too much on it from Palmer. Pedro wasn't getting to that. Come on, Jedi, says Branilus. Oh, Chev is here, Rob. It's not safe. It's not safe. Cash is with huge. I'm not feeling sorry for him. He should have scored. Palmer's limping? Sam says Palmer's limping. Is he? No, he looks all right on me, Sam. Maybe he's just shaking something off. Oh no, he's feeling the back of his leg. You're right. You're right. He looks like he's trying to run it off, but he did just run his hand down the back of his calf. We're about to see another sub for Chelsea. Yeah, Palmer was hunkered down there. He's after been feeling the back of his right calf. You may have spotted it first, Sam. Marty, I'm really bummed out about losing Martinelli. Are you not a City fan? I think the joke might went over my head. The joke might went over my head. Yeah, Sam says that's her worry for Palmer. He seems to be picking up injuries. He's had a brilliant match. Brilliant match. Straight out of the traps. Very positive, very attacking, doing really well. But if he's picked up another injury... You're Arsenal, Marty. Really? I'm so sorry for insulting you and saying I thought you were City then. I do apologise. Sorry. Really do apologise. There's nothing worse than being accused of being a fan for the wrong team, is there? I'll not make that mistake again. Anthony Robinson is coming off for Fulham. Yeah. No, I know there's two Martins, but I thought this Martin was the City fan. I've obviously got you the wrong way around. Oh, Estevao is coming. Munoz is on for Fulham. Is this a Sugo? So Palmer and Rogers off. Estevao. And is that a Sugo? I've never seen him before. He looks young though. People are smelling late goals. But for who is the question? Sorry, it's Quenda. It's Quenda. It's not a Sugo. It's Quenda. Estevao and Quenda are on for Chelsea. Palmer sat down, took his shoe off and seemed to be pointing to the back of his leg. Cash smells a late Fulham goal. I could see it. I think now, because both teams have made a number of changes, what is that going to do to the dynamic of the game? Because there's quite a few important changes now. He was coming to United, was he? I actually didn't know about him. I did not know about him. Fulham are passing it round the back here a little bit. They've launched it forward. Save. Save by Sanchez. Sessegnon had a shot there. Save by Sanchez. Achimpong does well to put him off in the first place. Sanchez makes the save and falls over with the force of the shot. It's a corner for Fulham. Corner for Fulham. Let's see, let's see. Didn't even beat the first man. Dreadful corner. Poor corner. He's really exciting, says Sam. And obviously he'll be under 21, so he won't count toward your quota or anything, I assume. That's all right, Sam. I'll let you away with it. Josh's pure quality says Sammy did very well there. Pass was overhit. Leno's got it, and it's back with Fulham. Fulham to start building again. Chelsea are hanging on, says Luke. Yeah, it's very much Fulham now in the ascendancy. So we had the spell. I actually think, right, so in the first half, it was Chelsea, a block of Fulham, and then Chelsea sort of ended it well. Then in the second half, it's been Chelsea, and now it's gone to Fulham. So it's been very changeable. That was the first poor pass all game from King. He's had a brilliant game. That was the first bad pass I've seen from him. Akash is willing Fulham to score another one. Well, my thing is, the more of the big teams that do badly, the better for United. The more pressure it takes off us. Estevao has sent it out to Neto, who's got it on the right-hand side. He's got a very good ball into the box, but it's headed away by Fulham. Hoofed a little further. It's head the ball ping-pong in there at the minute. Josh Achampong has had a great game, says Mickey. Come on, Fulham, says Huge. We have a partisan crowd in the house tonight. Daz is up to 3rd in FPL. Well done, Daz. Happy days. I'm probably still in 12th. I seem to have gone to mid-table and just stayed there. That's where I seem to be at on the FPL. Do I think Chelsea are good enough for a title race? Before the season, I predicted them to be second. I have Arsenal winning the league, but I thought Chelsea would come in second. Based on this, I don't know. They look better than they did last season. And I have to assume that the longer they're with Alonso together, the better that will get. Based on this performance, no. Based on this right now, because this is all we've got, no. But that might change because they might improve as the season goes on. Sam says not for her this season, FA Cup and or the Carabao. I struggle to see who will challenge Arsenal this season. There may be a surprise package. I've predicted Brentford in the top 4, and I was dead serious about it. In terms of big team challengers, I don't think United. I don't think City. I really don't think City. I'll have to take a big L on that if I'm wrong. But I don't think City. Liverpool, again, I rate Areola, but their transfer window's been shocking. Free kick for Chelsea. Fair shout. Castagna on the yellow. We kind of knew he was getting it. He made a mistake and tried to fix it, and that's a yellow. So of the big teams, the only one I was left with that was even a possibility was Chelsea. I think they've done things very different this window than what they've been doing recently. I think they've given Alonso a lot more control. He's more of a manager than a head coach. But based solely on this performance, not right now. So I think it's Arsenal, short of everything else. Short of like that, someone like a Brentford or a Bournemouth doing a madness, I think it's probably just going to be Arsenal's. The thing is, as good as Arsenal are, and they are very, very good at the moment, I think the mid-table teams, like the Fulhams, the Bournemouths, the Brentfords, I think they can take points off everyone, including Arsenal. And we don't know when and where those points are going to be lost. They may impact the title more than we imagine. Because I think the league itself is very competitive. Every single match you go into feels difficult. All of them. I don't think there is an easy match. And I said that before Hull beat United. And I said it last season. I think there's been so many upsets. There's been so many points taken off big teams by mid-table teams. I just think the line is much more blurred than it used to be. And I think when the league is like that, anything is possible. So while I think that Arsenal are clear favourites, I'm also wouldn't be astounded if something crazy happened. Oh, that was a big save from Leno and a goal to Chelsea. Offside. Offside. So, Leno made a massive save. Really good save. João Pedro scored the rebound. The linesman put his flag up for offside for João Pedro. Okay, the initial shot was offside. Initial shot was offside. Correct call. Yes, Branilus, dagger, offside. That's basically how it happened. Ultra, stop doing spoilers. Give it up. Come on now. Huge says, everyone forgets Arsenal always start strong and weaken at the latter part. For me, that's not really what it's about. It's because I'm not seeing who I feel is good enough to win outside of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Liverpool challenge in their current state. I don't think City challenge in their current state. I don't think we challenge in our current state. So for me, it's not really about Arsenal. It is, they're very good. But I just don't see who is going to provide the challenge. I think they could be challenged if any of our teams had had a reasonable transfer window, which is why I've put Chelsea as the challenger, because they've at least done that. They've done something a little bit different. But I don't think anything's impossible. Carabao Cup. I wasn't planning to, Tom. I wasn't planning to do any, but do any of them look any good? Let me see, do any of them look any good? Like, I'm not going to be doing Chelsea and Luton. Let me see. Fulham are coming forward here, by the way, guys. No. Sorry. I'm not going to lie. The only one that looks a little spicy is Forest Leeds. Forest Leeds look a little spicy. Let me ruminate. At the moment, no. But I might consider Forest Leeds. We'll see. Right now, no. But watch this space. Let me have a little think about it. I do enjoy the watch-alongs. Spurs and Charlton. No. Not for me. Estevau's got it here, by the way. It's very turnover. Fulham, Chelsea. Anything could happen here at the end, and with the 1 goal difference, you just don't know. Pedro Neto, 2 on him, and he's still come away with the ball. To be fair to him, Pedro Neto's done excellently. I don't know why he's wasted that at the end. He's got past 2 players very, very well. And then he's just kicked it straight into the side of the net for no reason whatsoever. Just that. What is the point of that kind of wastefulness? Unnecessary. Fulham now. Oh! Sanchez, I mean, it was straight at Sanchez, but with Sanchez, you never know. It has finished, guys. We have come to the end. The final score is Chelsea 3, Fulham 2. Fulham, Chelsea, I think, look much better than last season already. Probably not title challengers right now, but they will probably improve the longer they're under Alonso. Fulham, I thought, gave a great account of themselves. They looked very well. I think King is going to be one to watch throughout this season. Palmer, depends if he's injured or not. Palmer looked very good throughout the match, but he does look like he's picked up a niggle. João Pedro looks brilliant, as he did all pre-season. Morgan Rogers is certainly settling his way in. Very, very good, entertaining game, guys. I will be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock, with transfer news, probably. Who knows? Who knows? We'll be back at 12 to talk about some sort of football. Hopefully I will see you there. Thank you all for being here. Ye have been fantastic. Smash the like on your way out if you forgot on the way in. If you're new and you weren't sure, please subscribe and enjoy the rest of your